Welcome to today's session. Let us know where you are joining in from. Let us know where you're joining in from. When you join in, please leave your questions in the comment section. We are live. Today we want to do a question and answer session. And this question and answer session is to take any of your questions regarding moving to Germany. And yeah, if you already started your process, if you, whatever is your question, if you already started your process, you want to move as a student, you want to move as, I don't know, as an au pair or on the opportunity card visa, then today we would like to take the questions. And yeah, as soon as you join, please drop in your questions. So for those who are moving to study, this is your time. Drop your questions and let us respond to them. If you're joining, let us know where you're joining in from, and also drop in your questions in the chat box, in the comment box. We'll be discussing about moving to Germany. And in the last couple of weeks, in the last few days, we discussed about available opportunities right now, which we talked about Tesla, and Tesla is currently recruiting. So if you want to move to Germany with a job offer, then you should go out and check out Tesla's website. They have a lot of opportunities, even for the house building, the vocational training. So you'll be working in practice. You'll be working while practicing. So feel free, check out Tesla's website. And if you need any support on how to go about it, then please let us know. If that is what you want to do. But if you can do it yourself, make sure that you structure your CV. You structure your CV right. You put in your qualifications. If you need to recognize your degree. And this is the reason why we are there to support you. So if you have started the process but you don't know how to go about it, or you are stuck at the point where you are at the moment, then you can reach out to us. However, Tesla at the moment is currently recruiting for vocational, the house building, like I mentioned. So if you're interested, you could check out their website at tesla, of course.da, and you'll be able to find it. If you're joining in, comment where you're joining from and drop your question in the chat. We want to be discussing all about your move to Germany and the legal pathway on how to do it. So, yes. So while we wait for the others to join in, just give me a moment. Now we want to talk about studying in Germany. We already mentioned studying in Germany. The good thing now is that as a student, you can move with your family. You can move at the same time with your family, but this would depend on if you have the finance Do you have the blocked account for yourself and additional family member, or do you have someone who can stand as a guarantor for you and your family members at the same time, or do you have a scholarship? So these three things are dependent on the factor of you moving immediately with your family members to Germany. And also, for someone who's got a job contract or an employment contract, you can move with your family members, especially if you even qualify as a blue card holder. So, depending on how much you'll be earning from your employer in Germany, you can move together with your family. So, when you get your employment contract, on the employment contract is written the amount that you will be paid, and then you will get this contract with your family members. You make your visa application, and then you submit it, because the consulate can look through to see, okay, this man will be earning, let's say for instance, 50,000 yearly. So in a month, that's around, okay, so it will be able to take care of housing, and then it will be able to take care of feeding. Then you're able to move with your family members. So this is for those who are thinking, oh, I'd like to move, but I'd like to move the same time with my family members. So, like I mentioned, we've spoken now about how you can move, right? As a student, remember we have now the the consular portal platform. A lot of people don't know how to use this platform yet, but on this platform, there has been a lot of changes. There has been a lot of updates made to it. So you can, submit applications even as a group. You can submit applications as a family member, as family members, or so there are lots of things that we can support you to do, and that is why we are there to help you if you are not able to do that. If I want to move with my family to Germany with the opportunity card, how feasible is it? So, moving to Germany on the opportunity card with your family, it is not really a good one. And this is because the opportunity card visa only allows you to move to Germany to look for a job. So this means if you're moving to Germany, you want to come and look for a job. So it's not wise to come the same time with your family members, because you're not yet, grounded. So you don't have a job yet, and you're just moving to look for a job. So it is wise that you come first. Now you're looking for a job, you're looking for an accommodation, because remember, as you're coming on the opportunity card visa, you want to get a space that will just be enough for you, and not looking for a bigger space for a whole family, so that you're able to manage the finances that you have the time being. So that's why it's advisable, if you're coming on the opportunity card visa, you move first, you get the job, and then you're able to get a bigger space, and then your family can join you on the family reunion visa. In the case where you want to move with your family members, it means their visas will just be valid for also 1 year, and that is if the embassy allows it. Their visas will be valid for 1 year, just like your own, because the opportunity card is valid for 1 year. And that means you'll be moving together at the same time with your family members. And by the time you move the same time with them, it means, number one, as you're looking for the job, you have to get a big space. So you're touching on the funds that you could have probably survived on. But anyways, the good thing is that you can work 20 hours, and the spouse who is joining on a family reunion visa can also look for a job and is allowed to work. So, but then it's kind of stressful for the family, because you're moving at the same time with them, and you're trying to look for a job. You're trying to get a big space. You're trying to deal with the kids. In fact, if you have kids who are meant to be in the kindergarten or in the primary school, instead of you to focus on looking for the job or trying to settle in properly, you're trying to do almost everything at once. You're looking for a job, your wife is also trying to probably look for a job to support you so that you guys can survive. You're trying to look for a kindergarten where you have to put your child, or you're trying to look for a primary school spot. So you're trying to juggle everything in this 1 year. So that is why it's a bit, I would say, I mean, it's possible, but then it's tight. And that's why it's advisable that the first person, or the one who is coming on the opportunity card, should come first. And then within that year, within the 1 year when the visa is, approved, because you don't have, you know ties or anything weighing you down, maybe like family who joined you, you're able to look for the job, you're able to look for the 20 hours work, you're able to look for a bigger space. And then when they come, or they move to Germany on the family reunion visa, they're able to be relaxed. They are relaxed, and everything is not so, how would I say it? Everything is not so tight. You're able to do that. Yes. So I hope I was able to answer your question. I hope I was able to answer your question. Please let me know if that was clear or if you need more clarification to your questions. So let us know if you need more clarification. And like I mentioned, for the opportunity card, since that was what we're talking about now, the opportunity card visa actually is a good way to move to Germany, to come and look for a job. And this was put in place in the year 2025. Yeah, it was put in place in the year 2025, I think so. Yes, exactly. For people, skilled workers to move to Germany and look for a job. However, there are some jobs where it is required, mandatory, that you have the German language skill. It is really required that you have the German language skill. So, and for some other jobs, you could start with the little and then, of course, your English skills. But it's advisable, if you're able to pick up the German language, that you do that, so that your stay in Germany would be, a lot, would I say, better. And then integration also is better. You're able to communicate with people around you. Thank you. If we have any more questions, please let us drop it. Let us drop it in the box in the comment section, and then I'm able to respond to you. If you have any questions, please let us know, and we're able to respond to you. So it's wise if we are able to like the session, so that we can have more people joining our session, and then asking their questions, so that we're able to respond to them. Let's feel free, and please ask your questions. Yes. So I'm just going to, since we just had a question on the opportunity card, I'm just going to go next to the second topic that a lot of people would also like to know about, which is the au pair. And the au pair, AUPAIR, that class of visa does not require a degree. However, it is limited for a certain class, and that is up to the age of 26. Up to the age of 26. And what is the au pair, or what kind of visa is that? What kind of visa is that? The au pair visa is the one that allows you to move to Germany and take care of a family. When you take care of a family of, let's say, four, and then you have two kids, and they have two kids, apologies, and they are probably working class, and they need someone to take care of their kids. So there's a platform. When you go there, it's au pair world, and you can put in your details, your picture, and all that, to look for a family, and they call them host family. And then when you find a host family, the host family then reaches out to say, hey, we like you, we would like to speak with you. And then they interview you, on a face to face call. And once it's a match, they send you a contract. So this contract, most of the time, these host families, what they do is they give you a place to stay in their house, or they give you I mean, the money is not so much, but it's okay for you to be able to get a place to stay and then come from there to take care of their families. But like I mentioned, it is limited to a particular age range from the age of 18 to 26, between this age range. And for the application, for the visa application, you would require at least the A1 German language certificate. Usually, for the consulate, it is a time for you to move to a different country, explore new things, learn new languages, because the host family should be able to speak good German and you're able to also teach them your own language. For instance, in a case where you speak French or in a case where you speak English, and then the host family, of course, in Germany speaks German. So somehow you're learning, you're teaching them while taking care of their kids. That's all about the au pair. And we already made a video about that on our social media pages, where you can take time to review and also take time to check the link where you can register, especially if you fall within this age bracket, for you to, get more information. And if you need any help, that is why LRS Consult is there to support you. So that's all about the au pair visa. If you would like to know about the au pair visa, or if you are interested in it. And now, if we leave the au pair visa, we can focus, or we can talk about the Ausbildung. The Ausbildung is a class of visa that allows you to come and you work while practicing. You work while practicing. What does this mean? You get a contract, because a lot of people complain about the blocked account. Oh, I don't have 11,000 euros in a blocked account. Oh, I don't have somebody who is living in Germany who can be a sponsor or who can sponsor me. That's what people complain about. So this house building is also the best way to move. How is this? One, if I say, oh, I want to work in the with care homes or in care homes, that's where I want to work, what will I do? I learn German. Because for you to already come with a contract and start working and practicing, then of course you need the language, you need the German language. So what people do is you would have to learn German. And for you to get a contract, at least up to the B1 level, you need to learn up to the B1 level. Now, you learn German, and while learning German, you can reach out to us and we're able to review your documents, because your documents needs to be what? Recognized in Germany. There's called the Anerkennung. It's a recognition process where we check if your degree that you've earned in your home country is equivalent to a German degree. That is what the what is it called now? The Anerkennung is called, the recognition process is. So we try to see, oh, okay, is this person's degree recognized? And once we see it's recognized and you're learning, then that's fine. As soon as you're done and you get your certificate, one is able, as soon as you're done and you get your certificate, then one starts to look for, companies that you can work, where you can do your Ausbildung. And these companies are actually looking out for people at the moment. There are lots of positions where people, they are looking for people with your skill, someone who wants to come do an Ausbildung in Germany. So when you get your Ausbildung contract, the contract states how much you will be paid. For some institutions, they start with 8,400 euros, and then because the Ausbildung is done for at least 3 years, especially for those who want to be in the nursing, in the care field, the Ausbildung, which is the vocational training, is done for 3 years. Now, from the first year, you're paid, at least for some institutions, 1,400 and something euros. And then for the second year, it increases probably to 1,500 and something euros. And then for the third year, 1,600 and something euros. Now, so you see, you're working and you're learning. So the Ausbildung allows you to work and to learn. This makes you know that if you are planning to do an Ausbildung, it's not for those who just want to move to Germany and just relax, because it's a time for you to learn and earn. And the reason why German is important is because As soon as you're entering into the system, you're starting immediately with, the work, with your job. You're starting to communicate with people. You're starting to discuss. I mean, if you want to work in the old people's home, it's called Altenpflege. If you want to work in the old people's home, you would need to speak some German. You would need to be able to communicate with them. And that's why it's important for you to learn the language. So, for instance, you want to work in an old people's home and you get there, and the only thing you have is like Guten Morgen, and you want to talk to them old person to say, oh, I'm here, I'm the person who will take care of you. How are you able to communicate? That is why for the Ausbildung, it is important that you learn some German, because if you would go there without German, then you're not able to communicate with them, and then you're not able to fulfill your job very well. And that's why it's important. Secondly, one of the, the positive sides or the pros for the Ausbildung is that, one, you're getting the contract, so you don't have time to start thinking of, oh, right now I don't have the money in a blocked account, or I don't have this, I don't have that, so how am I going to go about it? So that is why it is the best. It's the best way for you to go, to move to Germany. It's a legal way for you to move to Germany. The only thing you have to do is to what? Learn German and be ready to work careful. So please drop your questions if you join, and let us know where you're joining in from. Let us know where you're joining in from. Please, we just talked about what jobs have easy requirements to come to Germany. What jobs have easy requirements to come to Germany? I already mentioned about the au pair, only that the au pair is limited, right? I mentioned about the au pair visa, but it is limited. Now, when we talk about the au pair, the reason why the au pair visa is, I would say, quite easy is because, one, it doesn't require, or it's not mandatory that you have a degree. That's the first thing. It actually goes for those who just completed their secondary school. So probably you just have your WAEC and all that. So it goes for them. And then the age is limited. So 18 to 26. What you need is just the A1 level of German, and you're able to move. But now that's not a real job that you earn a lot of money with. The au pair visa, so when you come to work, you're learning with the family and all that. The only good thing is that a lot of people, when they come after they've worked as au pairs in Germany, they're able to learn German and they're able to move to do a bachelor's degree, to be able to study. But that's one of the, I say, legal way of moving, doing something right, learning something new. And yes, not mandatory that you have a degree. Yes, so that's one of it. Is there any easier way to get in a visa in Nigeria? So we know that for every country, the consulates in each country have their own, how do I say, they have their own rules, they have their own laws and all that. There is no easy way to go around anything. Let me start with that. There is no easy way. And why am I saying that? One, if I have all my documents complete and I get a visa, someone else will say that's an easy way. But would I call that an easy way? Not really. I would not say it's an easy way. I would say it's there. The checklist was there, or the checklist is there for everyone to see. And I had my documents complete, and that's why I submitted it. I was able to convince the visa officer, and that's why I was able to get my visa and will be moving to Germany. So I don't think there's any two-way or special way round about it, or to say, oh, this is an easier way to do it, or this is an easier way to move to Germany. So the only thing I know that a lot of people from Nigeria complain about is the waiting time. So the waiting time at the consulates, that's what a lot of people complain about. Otherwise, I think yeah, to be fair, it's still, yeah, it's still okay. So now I'll be discussing what are the documents to have before going to the embassy or before going to the consulate. What documents are you meant to have? If I know I want to move to Germany, probably to visit a family, or if I know I want to visit, just be to do a tourist visit in Germany, what is the first thing I'm going to do? Oh, I know I want to go visit tourists. I would go to the German consulate's website. That if you are not using our service for our support, I'll go to their website. There is a checklist of documents I'm meant to have that is written there. I'm meant to have number one, my passport, of course, because that's where I get the visa on it. I'll need to get my passport, number one. I'd need to have a health insurance. I'll need to have the proof that I'm coming to visit someone in Germany because the person needs to send me an invitation, which you call an Einladung. The person needs to send an invitation. I need to show proof that, oh, I'm fine, I'm living well. I can either sponsor myself or this person will be taking care of me. So I need my bank account details. And then I also need to let them know, oh, this is the city I'm going to in Germany. I need to show my, the ties to the person you're going to visit in Germany. If the person is my child, I need to show them that, okay, I'm going to visit my child. If it's a spouse, if it's whoever it is, you need to have this proof. So these are part of the documents that you need to have. And then thirdly, number six, you'd need to have, like I would say, a flight itinerary. No, you're not meant to book your flight, but a flight schedule for them to know, okay, I want to go on the 20th and get back to either Nigeria, Ghana, whichever country you want to visit from, back on the 20th of probably April. So they need to know that this person is organized. They know the purpose for which they are moving to Germany to visit. They have the documents to prove the ties to the person. They have the documents to prove that, okay, they'll be coming back because they have ties to their home country. So all these things are things that you can also find on the checklist for you to be able to prove, to the consulate or whoever is taking on your application or whoever would take on your application to say, oh, see, I'm going here. And then not just saying it, but they can see, oh, yeah, the person already has an invitation. Oh, okay, yeah, it's actually this person's child. Oh, okay, I see there are ties to the home country. The person has a business, the person is earning a lot of money, or the person is I don't know, a pastor in their church, and the church is this and that. So these are the things that you need to prove, not just by saying it, but also that they see this document. And where a lot of people make mistakes is that they present fake documents and they think that the visa officer just sits there and they're not able to find out if it's fake or not. They would find out, and that's the reason why so many visas get rejected. Now, if let me say Mr. A is a visa officer and you are saying, "Oh, I'm going to see this, I'm going to see that person, I'm going to do this." That's fine. You are able to convince him with your mouth. But then when I look at your documents or when the officer looks at your document and is looking a bit shady, the stamp is not at the right place where it's supposed to be, it's not looking like how previous persons who have submitted the applications, it doesn't look like it and all that, then you know, it starts to contradict what you have said with your mouth. So I think I hope that was clear enough regarding documents that you need to have before moving to Germany on a tourist visa. So we will be answering the next question. Must I have a blocked account before coming to Germany? Now, this question, must I have a blocked account before coming to Germany? This would depend on what you're coming for. It depends on what you're coming for. Are you coming to study? Are you just coming to visit? Are you coming for an Ausbildung? What class of visa are you coming on? Are you coming as a freelancer? Or what class of visa are you coming on? Now, I'm going to answer the class of visa that should have a blocked account. Hello. Hi, thank you for joining. So, for you to have a blocked account, it's either you're coming to study, you need to have a blocked account if you're coming to study. If you're coming on the opportunity card visa, you have to have a blocked account. These two mandatory that you have a blocked account. If you're not coming with a job, you should have a blocked account. If you're coming as a freelancer and you don't have any ties, no guarantor, you should have a blocked account. And the reason for the blocked account is so that they know that you're financially taken care of in Germany for your housing, for your feeding, and what have you. This is why it is important that you have a blocked account. So if you are coming just to, visit someone in Germany, no, it is not mandatory that you have a blocked account. If you're coming to visit, it is not mandatory that you have a blocked account. I hope this was clear. For visit, no blocked account is required. For family reunion visa, no blocked account is required. Now, the only time the blocked account is required in a family reunion visa is only if the whole family is moving, for instance, at the same time you want to go study, and then you want to move at the same time. Then you have to prove that, oh, financially this person is covered. So I am covered as the main person, my family members are also covered, so I would need blocked accounts to cover everyone financially, especially for those also moving as students. I hope this clarify the question. But if you're coming to tour, to visit, and all that, a blocked account is not required. A blocked account is not mandatory. So let's have the questions coming in. Please, when you join in, let us know where you're joining in from. If you have any questions, let us know your questions. Drop them in the comment section, and we're able to answer you. Tonight is meant to be a question and answer session where we get to answer your questions, and yeah, make sure that you're making the right move and the legal way. I don't know if this question had how does one? Okay, so Big Meme says, don't know if this question has been addressed already. My question is, for coming through school, getting a visa interview date is an issue. How does one navigate this? Hi from Nigeria. Hi. Yes, so we already mentioned it, especially that we had a question coming from Nigeria. So now this would also depend. We advise a lot of people. That's the only situation that a lot of Nigerians are faced with. That before you start your application, start looking for admissions and all that you already get on the waiting list of the consulate. Previously, there was just this waiting link where you had to register and all that, but at the moment, you make use of the consular portal to register. So now, what you could do is, if you already have the admission, the advice is that you just wait for your appointment. And I don't know how long you have been on the waiting list, right? So if you've been on the waiting list, let's say for 1 year and a half now, then it's it's close, right? Your appointment is close for you to get. But there's no two way about it. And a lot of people have actually been kicked out from the waiting list because now, due to this long waiting time, which partly is caused by the consulate and partly caused by those who have been on the waiting list but did not attend their appointments, there has been this long waiting time. So I would just say um the interview date has been a problem, has always been like that, but that you should just have patience. For a lot of people, they keep reaching out to the consulate. I know someone, Elaris handled a case where the person was on the waiting list at say December 2023 and just got an appointment for 2025 January. So I think it's getting a lot better. Previously, it was usually 2 years, but now it's getting a lot better. So I would say that you should just have some patience and wait your time. Yeah, I just hope that answered your question, Big Memes, because unfortunately, that's the situation. But I think the end justifies the means. I think the end justifies the means. And yeah, that's the situation in Nigeria. But also, I would just advise that what you could do is, while waiting for your appointment, that you put your documents together so that after you have attended your appointment, it's worth it, because you imagine that after waiting and then the visa is not issued. So we just prepare, you just prepare and get it better. I mean, there is nothing to be done about it, but yeah. Um, I don't know if that answered your question, Big Mims. Unfortunately, there's no way to go about it but to wait. And it's the timeline is actually reducing at the moment, so it should get better. Thank you very much. Thank you for your response. And feel free to follow us here because we make updates. And if we get, updates also from the consulate, probably if there are changes, we would also update them. Thank you for joining us here too. Yes. So, like I mentioned, and following up with what Big Means had complained about, that's actually the situation in Nigeria. I think specific to Nigeria, yeah, the waiting time is quite long in Nigeria, and that's what a lot of people are faced with. But hey, the advice is this: if you've been on the waiting list, that you keep checking your emails, because a lot of people actually get kicked off the waiting list, and that's because due to the long waiting time, people don't get to check their email where they give them updates like, hey, do you still want to remain on the waiting list, or would you be available? And then, you know, they remove it. Or, give me a moment. Or they just they click that they will attend the appointment, and they don't go to attend the appointment. So that's the issue also that the consulate is faced with. A lot of people are on the waiting list, they click yes, we will attend the appointment, but then they don't go attend the appointment. So at the end of it, it's a problem to those who are actually, waiting, who really would like to attend the appointment. So if you have questions, please drop them in the sesh in the comment box so that we're able to respond to it. If you have any questions regarding moving to Germany, what you need to know, how you need to navigate it, please let us know. Also, for those who are looking for admissions in Germany, I want to tell you we have the Fachhochschule, we have the universities. So, and then with your HND, you can also get admissions in Germany. If you don't know that now. If you have someone who has been thinking of how they can, move to Germany with their HND certificates, how they can study, you can also share this live video with them so that they can join in and ask their questions regarding how they can make use of it, you know. And please feel free to follow here on our social media pages. We already have videos where we talk about moving to Germany legally. Yes. So if you are probably also reaching out or watching from Ghana, from Tanzania, from whichever country you are, please leave your question. Whatever is the situation, if you're stuck, if you started the process but you're stuck, also let us know. If you're looking to study in Germany, but you don't even know where to start from, or you probably applied to several universities in Germany and you keep getting rejected, then this video is for you. Come with me and I'm going to take you step by step how you can make an application and land an admission offer. For instance, if I studied a bachelor in economics and I want to do a master's degree in economics, that's way easy. That's simple. You know why? Because what I already did in my bachelor degree, both the courses and everything would of course translate to landing me an admission for a master in economics. However, if I did a bachelor degree in economics and I plan to do a master's degree in computer science, that's something totally different, because I would need to write If you're looking to study in Germany, but you don't even know where to start from, or you probably applied to several universities in Germany and you keep getting rejected, then this video is for you. Come with me and I'm going to take you step by step how you can make an application and land an admission offer. For instance, if I studied a bachelor in economics and I want to do a master's degree in economics, that's way easy. That's simple. You know why? Because what I already did in my bachelor degree, both the courses and everything would of course translate to landing me an admission for a master in economics. However, if I did a bachelor degree in economics and I plan to do a master's degree in computer science, that's something totally different, because I would need to write to convince the school why I think I'm able to do a master in computer science, although what I did in my bachelor degree was economics. Now, right to what I told you, I'll be showing you universities, legitimate universities in Germany that you can apply to, sites where you can apply to, and this is no scam at all, sites where you can apply to in Germany, and how you can contact your professor. So come with me, have your laptop ready, and let's do this together. So now what we're going to look at is the first website. I'm going to take us through the first website, and this is a well-known website in Germany where you can find legitimate universities. And the reason why this is good is because you can find a list of universities and you can filter. I know you're complaining, yeah, but I don't know how to speak German. Guess what? There are some universities that just require you to have your English language or have proof that you can speak the English language. So what we're going to start with now is finding the universities, and then next we will go to how you can see that it's just English course. So now I'm just going to show you the DAAD website. So if you have your laptop or your computer or your phone, because I know a lot of you want to make use of your phone, so if you have your phone, you can type with me. So we have DAAD.de and then enter. So the point is, when you open the page, it comes out in German. So don't get confused. Oh, yes, and we are back. So we have a question here. Someone asked, for the sake of those who haven't started the process yet via school route, the advice is to first get on the waiting list for visa dates before starting to apply for the admission. So yes, let me quickly explain this clearly. If you want to apply to Germany, and specifically you are in Nigeria, this is because of the long waiting time. The advice is this, especially that now you make use of the consular portal. The advice is this: you already know the schools you want to apply to. So I know maybe I want to apply to the University of Frankfurt. I know I want to apply to the university in Darmstadt. Now, I get on the waiting list of the consulate with the consular portal, right? And of course, you know that getting on the waiting list now, especially if you're in Nigeria, you have to make use of the consular portal. So there are some documents you need to have. For instance, you need to have proof that you have an admission or proof that you have the blocked account. In this particular case, you can reach out to us directly and we can guide you on the best way to go about this. That is if you are not already on the waiting list. Previously, you made use of a link to apply, but now you don't make use of the link, but on the consular portal. And there are some required documents that you have to upload. There are some required information that you have to fill in, but we cannot go through the consular portal now. But your question, yes, that's the best way to go about it. Because if the waiting time for you is 1 year and a half, so let's say 18 months, if you would get an admission now, let's say the school is able to defer it for you once, before you get your appointment, you may have lost that admission already. So that is why we advise that you get on the waiting list, and then if you calculate the consulate already has have on their portal or on their website, hey, waiting time is within this hour or this year, you now know, okay, this is the right time to start seeking admission, because in the next 4 months or in the next 5 months, I will be getting my appointment from the consulate. And by the way, you need to keep checking your emails, to see if you receive updates from the consulate, because usually, like I mentioned, the consulate we regularly send emails to people who have registered on the waiting list. Are you sure you want to retain this appointment? Are you sure you would attend the appointment? For you to click yes or no, otherwise you would be removed from the waiting list. So your question, I would say yes, it is best to get on the waiting list, and then you start seeking for you start looking for word to apply into universities, especially since since we know that, okay, it's 18 months wait time. So 5 months before when it will be 18 months, or 6 months before, you already start looking for your admission. I don't know if that was helpful, Big Memes. It's good to have you here. It's good to answer your questions, and I hope that was helpful to you. So, like I mentioned, since you're in Nigeria and seeking to apply, unfortunately, that's the situation, but the end justifies the means. And yeah, so that's the best way to go about it. Get on the waiting list before you start applying, because the time starts to tick. Let us know where you're joining in from. We know that Big Memes is joining us from Nigeria. And if you're joining from any other part of Africa, probably from Ghana, we have 5 people watching. So let us know where you're joining in from. And I don't know if that was helpful for you, Big Memes. Yes, we need more questions coming in. We get lots of questions on our DMs, and we already informed a lot of people that we'll be having our live session today. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Thanks you. We are happy that helped. And if you are not following us, Big Memes, then you should follow us here on Elaris. And yes, we are happy to have you in the live session today. So this is all about Germany. If you have any questions, you can drop it here. Studying, au pair, freelancer, family reunion, Ausbildung. And if you're just joining from the start, we said that Tesla is recruiting a lot of positions to different states in Germany. So you can take your phone, check their websites, and you would see these positions, these openings. And yeah, also for Ausbildung, the vocational placement. Tesla is recruiting. And what you require is, your high school certificate. You just require to have that, and you require to be willing to have a driver's license. So if you are interested to work in Germany, you can go check the website of Tesla. They are currently recruiting. If you have your laptop with you, your phone with you, you can type it there, and you will see that they are recruiting currently in Germany. So if you want a one-on-one, you know, you want a one-on-one consultation session, you want us to look at your profile, you want us to look at your qualification, you want us to look at you and not just give you a general, a general breakdown of this is how it goes or this is how it is, then feel free to send us an email. We already also have updated our email, so we will make an update to our email here so that you can see it. It's info@elarisconsult.com. So you can reach out to us via email. You can reach out here to our Gmail or info@elarisconsult.com. You can also check us out on our website. We already have updates on our website, what we do, how we do it, how we support you, and you can book a consultation session on our website so that you can see. And yes, we made the update. This is our email, info@elarisconsult.com. So if there are any more questions, if there are no more questions, please, if you have more questions, feel free to drop it and let us know. More questions, if there are more questions, let us know. If you need to know if your degree is recognized, you can reach out to Elaris Consult. If you don't have a passport, that's the first thing you need to have if you're planning to relocate. If you want to do the Ausbildung, it's important that you have the German language skill. If you want a one-on-one consultation, you can reach out to us via our email. Info@elarisconsult.com. If you want more detailed information on moving to Germany, what you need to know, then you can subscribe to our YouTube page. If you want to know about the blocked account or what other means you can move to Germany if you don't have the blocked account, you can also reach out to us via email. So we hope that this session was worth it. As we will be bringing this session to a close today. So if you're looking to study in Germany, but you don't even know where to start from, or you probably applied to several universities in Germany and you keep getting rejected, then this video is for you. Come with me and I'm going to take you step by step how you can make an application and land an admission offer. For instance, if I studied a bachelor in economics and I want to do a master's degree in economics, that's way easy. That's simple. You know why? Because what I already did in my bachelor degree, both the the courses and everything would of course translate to landing me an admission for a master in economics. However, if I did a bachelor degree in economics and I plan to do a master's degree in computer science, that's something totally different, because I would need to write to convince the school why I think I'm able to do a master in computer science, although what I did in my bachelor degree was economics. Now, right to what I told you, I'll be showing you universities, legitimate universities in Germany that you can apply to, sites where you can apply to, and this is no scam at all, sites where you can apply to in Germany, and how you can contact your professor. So come with me, have your laptop ready, and let's do this together. So now what we're going to look at is the first website. I'm going to take us through the first website, and this is a well-known website in Germany where you can find legitimate universities. And the reason why this is good is because you can find a list of universities and you can filter. I know you're complaining, yeah, but I don't know how to speak German. Guess what? There are some universities that just require you to have your English language or have proof that you can speak the English language. So what we're going to start with now is finding the universities, and then next we will go to how you can see that it's just English course. So now I'm just going to show you the DAAD website. So if you have your laptop or your computer or your phone, because I know a lot of you want to make use of your phone, so if you have your phone, you can type with me. So we have DAAD.de and then enter. So the point is, when you open the page, it comes out in German. So don't get confused. Oh, why is it in German? We'll go change it from German to English. So here you see what I'm doing here, close here, and then I come up here and then I change it to English. Now it's in English. I'm just going to go directly for what I want. What do I want to see? I want to see the courses, and I want to be sure that it's okay for international students and not for Germans. So here I'm just going to scroll up here, and here we have a list of things. We have four. We have scholarships for Germany, we have scholarships for going abroad, international programs, and alumni. You're just going to go straight to international programs, and here you have over 2,497 programs available. Now, why I like this is because it allows you to pick your course type, course language, and subject groups. We're going to pick computer science, but if you want to do something in economics or whatever it is, agricultural science, you know that's what you're going to search for. So here we're going to come for course type. What do I want to do? A bachelor degree or a master degree? So here I want to go for a master's degree. So I'm going to tick a master's degree, and here course language. Oh, I don't think I want to do something in German because my German is not so good. That's what someone else would say. And then pick English only. So I'm just going to go for English only. And then we have English only taught courses is 1,531. That's a long list to look for. That is why here you have the subject group. Make sure you pick something, otherwise it's going to be so stressful for you to go through each of the pages. It's a long job to do. So we come here. If you want to do agricultural science, arts, economics, engineering, humanities and social sciences, language, everything is here. So then we pick. We're going to go for humanities and social sciences, right? We click there and then search. Now you see a long list of things that came out, and this is showing us, because I went for humanities and social sciences, that's why we have a lot of things in sciences, of course, agriculture. So here, if I want to change it now, I'm just going to go here and come to the area of study, and course type, sorry. We're going to go for subject groups, apologize. And then we're going to click on mathematics and natural sciences, or we're going to click on economic sciences and law, or whatever it is you want to choose. You have to click from here to make your choice, right? And then in the next video, which is the next series we are going to be taking, we're going to break down one of these universities. We're going to pick one of these universities to teach you how you can make your application and what you can do for me. If you want us to pick your own case or your own, what you want to apply to, then please drop it in the comment section so that I can pick someone's case and make an example with it, So for instance, you want to apply to economics, then we would do in the next video how you can look for a course in economics, how you can know if you're eligible, how you can start your application, and the documents you need to have so that you can stand a high chance and of course land that admission. If you enjoyed this video, please do well to follow here, share to those who need it, and yes, our next series will be up next week. I'll see you. Please make sure to drop your questions. We will be happy to respond.